Hey everyone, Akanksha here. Welcome into this training. This training is meant to reveal the biggest money manifestation secrets which most people on the internet do not talk about. And when I say secrets, what I really mean is uh, the tiniest, minutest detail of how this entire manifestation process comes into play, because what I've seen along my journey and based on the communication that I have with a lot of people every single day, what I've realized is many people struggle to really believe into the process of manifestation. And that is actually because they don't understand how it all plays out. And that's exactly the purpose of this training. Plus, I will also share the exact steps I took that got me to my income goal of collecting $5K cash in one day. So, if any of you have known me for any length of time, you would know that I am into the online space, into the online business from last 2 years. And my first year was full of struggles. Like it was literally very hard to sail through. And when I stepped into my second year of the online journey, I realized that there is some problem that I can't see, and some problem which is beyond strategy. And that's when I got to realize that the biggest roadblock in my journey is my own self, is my own mindset. So I started to work on my mindset, and then I started to monetize. So the struggles seemed to reduce, right? And once I started to work on my mindset, I started to see good results. I made $30K in 164 days. And that was good enough proof for me that, yes, mindset is what was blocking me. And mindset is something that will take me to my goals. While I was making all this money in my business, uh, while I reduced the struggle, I was bringing in revenue, my business was growing. But there was still another problem which I wanted to solve, which was cash collected, because as you all know that our business sustains and survives on cash, right? So you need cash collected to invest more, to grow your business, you take your business to the next level. And so I decided to specifically work on my money mindset, right? So I started to work on my money consciousness, if I would say, because it's all about raising that money consciousness to be able to receive the kind of money that you want, because it's all about how natural you feel about receiving it, because that really dictates how ready you are. Most people want to make millions, but they are not even ready to receive 10K. I am telling you, this is something I've learned along my journey. I've changed for myself and I've seen the result. That's why I am sharing here, because I know how it all plays out, how it all works, right? So once I started to work on my money mindset, I started to raise my money consciousness. And very soon I hit my goal of collecting $5K cash in one day. Of course, that was an amazing feeling. I was super thrilled because I had never collected that much cash in one day. And again, it was enough proof for me to understand that this process works, and if I can do this, I can literally achieve anything, right? And that is exactly when I became even more determined to help more and more entrepreneurs to work on their money mindset, so they do not struggle to grow their business, to collect more cash in their business, right? So let's jump straight into the training, and I would take a moment to share my screen so that I can demonstrate everything with a simple diagram I've put together. I'm hoping you can see my screen just fine. And before I start, I would want to tell you that this training is meant for you, irrespective of where you are in your journey. You may be a complete beginner. You may be in the business for quite some time, but are really struggling to make money because you haven't made a single dollar so far. Or you may be making some low ticket sales here and there and you're struggling to crack a high ticket. You may have had cracked high ticket sales, but it's not consistent and the cash collected is not great. You have scattered sales here and there, and that is not something that gives you joy. Or you may be doing great with your business, and are looking to hit your next income goal, no matter how big it is, this training is for you, irrespective of where you are in your journey. This training would also focus a lot on the basics, the fundamentals, because like I said before, until and unless you understand the tiniest detail of how everything works out in a real sense, you will not be able to trust the process completely. You will not be able to build that complete faith, that belief in the process that yes, this stuff works. So I just wanted to first bring that awareness, how it all plays out, and then you'll be able to make sense of how you can actually achieve your goals by implementing the same process that I share here. Okay, so we all know that we live in a physical plane, right? Physical world. And there are three dimensions in the plane, right? Length, width, height. We live in a three-dimensional world, right? In all our lives, we have been told to focus on the three dimensions because that is what we can actually see. That is something that we are surrounded by, right? The room we are in, the car you're in, right? However, all the magic that happens in the spiritual plane, which is the 4D. So if you can see here in the diagram, I've put 3D here, and then there is spiritual plane, which is 4D. Now let me tell you, anything and everything that happens between this physical plane and this spiritual plane is through your mind, which you see here, the rectangle, the middle rectangle, right? So everything that happens in between these two planes is through your mind, right? Now, here's the thing. You can achieve anything that you put your mind to. I'm sure you would have heard such things before because, of course, this is no rocket science or this is not any out of the world information I'm sharing with you. But what I am now going to tell you is how all this really plays out, like, so that you know, like, what is happening after this step, what is happening next, and how it all this manifestation thing comes into your physical plane, right? So I will actually help you understand what happens in the spiritual plane through your mind such that you receive results in your physical reality. Okay, so as simply as you can go into your past, like literally, of course, like you can't go into a past date, but you can go in your imagination, right? So for example, if you would have visited a restaurant about a week back, maybe, you can think that in your imagination, but of course you can't walk into the past date. But what I'm trying to say is equally effortlessly, you can go into your future. Again, you can't go into your future date right now, but you can step into your future in your imagination right now. So if we talk spiritually, the present, past, and the future are all happening at the same time right now because you have a mind which can literally see anything right now, your past, your present, your future. Okay. Now, how all of this happens is through a plastic substance, which is not really something made of plastic or something. It is just the term I'm referring to. A formless, undifferentiated plastic substance that is out there. And everything that you manifest in your life is to and through this plastic substance. Now, the best part about all of this is this plastic substance can be molded into literally anything that you want. And you do that through the mental images that you form in your imagination. So basically, you use this plastic substance to form mental images. Now, the beauty of all of this is you have a clear choice that you need to make. You can mold this plastic substance into negative mental images, which I refer to as the red cloud, or you can take this plastic substance and form abundant images, images for results that you desire, and I refer to that as the blue cloud. So basically, the red cloud is for lackful thinking, and the blue cloud is for abundant thinking. Now, as simple, if you're taking the plastic substance and if you're forming it into lackful images, that is basically thinking thoughts like, I never have enough money. This money thing is so frustrating. I only have $500 in my bank account and I have bills piling up and I don't know how to pay, things like that. So basically, the point is when you're focusing on what is not there or a lackful situation that you're in, you are operating from the red cloud because you're thinking lackful thoughts right now. Now, there might be a question that come into your head that if anybody has to make a choice between the red cloud and the blue cloud, right? The lackful and the abundant thinking, why would anybody choose lackful thinking, right? Great question, isn't it? But here's the point, like, of course, nobody would choose that. Nobody would make that choice. However, the thoughts that are coming to you are determined by two main factors. And one is money programming, the other is past or present results. So what is money programming really is completely based on the kind of past you have lived. And the past could be any, like it could be your early childhood, it could be uh, your recent adulthood, that could be a teenage, like that could be any. But the point here is that money programming, what really is the kind of life you have lived so far determines that. So let's say if I've grown up in poverty, lackful place, if my guardians or parents have always talked about lack of money, right? My mind will automatically be programmed for that lackful thinking, right? So because my mind is programmed for that lackful thinking, the automatic thought patterns that will come into my mind would also be lackful, right? And also the past to the present results, because we have always all our lives been told to focus on what is already there in the physical reality, right? You focus on what's already there, what you already have, right? So we are so much trained, we have our mind so much trained to focus only on what is there. And that is why we tend to continuously look at our past and present results. Now, when we are looking at past and present results and the results are undesirable, guess what? You are again operating from the red cloud. However, the best part of all this is you can make a choice to change this red cloud into the blue cloud thinking and literally start to change your life from today onwards. Right? I don't believe in magical success and nothing happens overnight. So even if it comes to mindset and transformation, it's a journey. However, once you start to take this plastic substance and start to operate from the blue cloud, what happens is your focus shifts from these two to this future desires. So once you transform this plastic substance into abundant thinking and then you focus your mind to future desires, is when you can actually start to change your physical reality. So the point here is it is completely a choice on what to focus on, right? Now, the beauty of all of this is in the process, how it all comes together, right? So anything that you desire for your future actually comes from something that I call the bridge of events, okay? Now, this bridge of events is nothing but uh, a collection of circumstances that the universe creates for you so that the desire that you're manifesting can come into your physical reality. So the point is, you do not have to worry where your next client will come from or when your next 1,000 clients will come from, for that matter, because the how is controlled by the universe and not you, okay? The universe controls the bridge of events, right? Now, how that happens on a larger perspective, if you look at, so basically, once you activate the desire, right? What happens is universe starts to unfold the bridge of events. Basically, what universe does is it starts to put together all those circumstances which start to work in your favor and ultimately lead to the desired results. Okay, so let us understand this with the help of an example. So for example, you are working for your business and you are working to achieve certain goal, right? Maybe your goal is to make $5K in the next 2 weeks, let's say. Okay, uh, if you are focusing on the red cloud, if you are operating from the red cloud, that means if you're looking at the lackful circumstances that you're currently in, then even if you are working towards fulfilling your income goal, you would still not be able to get there because your focus is on the lack. You are still focusing on your current situation, which constantly reminds you of the fact that you do not have enough. Money was always a problem for you. Nobody will ever buy from me. People do not see me as an authority. My clients would buy from people who have more results and things like that. If you will operate with such lackful thinking, the bridge of events that unfolds will eventually lead you into an undesirable result. How? Because then you will get connected to the prospects who align with your energy of lack, right? You will get connected to prospects who would constantly say that they do not have enough money to invest with you. They do not have the time to work with you. Their spouse, their partner doesn't support them. Their partner doesn't want them to do anything in this respect, right? Things like that. Excuses, you may call it, the objections, you may call it, right? However, when you operate from abundant thinking, the blue cloud, what really changes is the bridge of events unfolds in a different manner. And that's exactly how you get to your goals. And that is exactly how I got to my goal of collecting 5K cash in one day. Why? Because what happens is when you're operating from the blue cloud, you are in an abundant thinking state. What you actually do is you are constantly uh, reminding yourself that the supply of the universe is unlimited and everything is working out in your favor at the perfect time. And what it really does is the universe starts to unfold the bridge of events in a manner that it puts together all the favorable circumstances around you, which would take you closer to your desired goal. So things like a prospect reaches out to you saying that I didn't have money 3 months back, but now I'm ready and I'm happy to sign up with you. Suddenly, a new ad came in front of you, and that is just the perfect solution you were looking for, even if that requires this $27 investment, doesn't matter, right? Things like people who were not seeing you as that credible person earlier are really appreciating the advice that you are giving. You are now being seen as an authority person. People who were not able to find the time and their partner were not supporting suddenly changed their mind and found the money to work with you, things like that. So basically the point is the bridge of events unfold exactly to the energy that corresponds to your thinking, right? That's why I say it's a choice what you want to think. Now let me tell you how all of this played out for me, right? So when I got my client who paid me $5K in one shot, what happened was uh, the person was my client before as well. However, at some point in time, they had bought a low ticket product from me, right? But of course, that was not the only client who had bought from me ever. I had sold so many low tickets and high tickets to other people as well. However, since I was working on my money consciousness, since I was working on my money mindset, my money consciousness got raised to a level that I was operating in my own world, but then I got a nudge. I got a nudge to connect with this prospect who had earlier brought a low ticket from me. Now, just imagine how it all worked, right? Because uh, there are other clients as well for me who had bought in the past. Why am I getting that nudge to connect with this particular prospect? But like I said, the bridge of events will start to work in your favor if you're working from the blue cloud, the abundant thinking, right? So I got a nudge to connect with that particular client. I offered her a Zoom call. And honestly, I never hard sell. I never try to sell really. What I simply do is I tell them what's going wrong in their life. Why is it that they're struggling and how you can solve it. Right in the call, she made a decision to look into more details about my offer. She asked for more details. I gave the details to her, and she chose to make a decision to buy into my one-to-one coaching and paid 5K one shot. That's how I got to my result of collecting 5K cash. Okay. Can you see how beautifully all of this plays out? Like, it was such an effortless close, it was such an effortless sale that I couldn't believe myself that if I can really do it, because at some point in time I was really struggling to collect more cash because my money consciousness was not to that level. My money mindset wasn't that strong enough. So I used to go to the calls, I used to give my offer, but I would end up selling even then. I used to collect very low cash because my own money mindset was not yet just there, right? So I just wanted to help you understand how all of this really comes into play, so that you do not have a doubt from today onwards that this stuff works or it doesn't, because how this universe operates is very simple. You keep operating from your uh, place, your from your uh, this thing, you keep operating in your role. The prospect is in their own world somewhere on the internet, you are in somewhere else on the internet. But when you are in the right energy field, if you are when you are in the right energetic alignment, this bridge of events unfold in your favor, and the universe does the work to connect you with the right prospects who would have the money to buy from you. That's how you manifest income goals in your business. That's how you collect more and more cash in your business. I hope all of this makes sense, and I really wanted to share the most basic details so that you first understand how it all comes into play. And I take immense pride in sharing that I have not only manifested money in my business and life, I have manifested other amazing outcomes, which include the home that I live in. Because before coming into the online world, I was an interior designer and I used to design beautiful homes for people. And I used to always feel that when would I have a beautiful home? And I literally put my mind to it and I manifested that. So the home that I live in is the one that I once dreamt of. It's fully paid off, beautifully done up. And yes, that's something that I have manifested through these practices, through the mindset. Not only that, I have also manifested an amazing relationship with my spouse, because at like about 2 years back, there was a lot of chaos. Chaos is the right word, actually. There was a lot of chaos happening in between us. But like I said, all of this stuff works not only for the money that you want to bring in your life, it also works for your relationships and your own self. So today I am a very different person. I handle situations and things very differently. My relationships are doing very well, and I'm doing equally good in my business, right? So anything and everything is possible if you are working in energetic alignment, if you are operating from the blue cloud. Because just remember that the universe will unfold the bridge of events in your favor, and you will get to your desired outcome.